Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name is Amy.
I am Amanda. I didn't realize you'd hit record and you just like drop a bomb. It's not a bomb, but you drop a funny thing and then you're like, hi, welcome to Little Miss Recap.
We're talking about what to wear. By the time you guys hear this, we will have gone already, but we're talking about what to wear at the TLC meetup. And I'm like, I don't know how to girl. I just don't. I don't know. Like, can I just wear jeans and a t-shirt? Because that's what I'm comfortable in.
No, I don't. I'm not particularly good at girling either. But and tomorrow I'm gonna, and you all will have seen it before that you hear this. I'm gonna, I think, have a crisis haircut tomorrow.
Yeah, I had my crisis haircut.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it.
It's okay. My hair gets so thick at the. Nobody wants to hear this, but it gets thicker at the bottom. And so I kind of look like I have a bell on my head at all times. So I need to work with that. But I don't know how. But I have news. I have an update from my hairdresser.
Oh, talk to me.
She said, you're definitely not losing any more hair. You're not growing a ton back, but you are definitely not losing anymore.
Okay, good. Do you feel better?
Like, she's doing all my hair stuff. And she's like, look, no hair's coming off your head.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I'm like, okay. She said the key when you get to our age is, and she's our age too. She's a lady of a certain age.
Okay.
She's like, is to keep what you have and keep it healthy.
Okay.
That's all you can do. Very rarely do we grow it back.
Okay.
Like, okay. So the big bald spot in the back of my head, I just have to learn how to camouflage, which I'm good at camouflaging. I've done it my whole life. So there we go.
I'm lucky. I haven't lost hair. I have thin hair, but I have a lot of hair. Or fine hair, I should say, but I have a lot of it.
I have fine hair too. What happened to me is I had my thyroid issues went undiagnosed for a long time.
Got it. Okay.
And I think that's when I lost a lot of my hair, but it's under control now.
Okay, good.
So we're there. I have to tell you just real quick, BDF Jasmine just wrote in the Facebook group that she thinks she's raising a little Amy.
Oh no.
Because her 7-year-old is looking at photo albums and crying about the good old days. I'm like, oh God, get them on Effexor now.
Not Effexor, anything but Effexor.
Jesus.
BDF Jasmine, we are with you. You are in for it. Call me. I'm learning how to work with this.
I should connect you with my mother.
You might want to talk to Mother Amy. You can also talk to me. I'm learning to manage this situation over here. And she will be managed.
It's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot.
I mean, you all know. You heard about Eric Menendez maybe getting out. First thing y'all did was come straight to me, which was the right thing to do. Straight to me. I will keep her in line.
Tie me to a chair.
I won't tie you to a chair, but I might distract you with cookies and murder documentaries.
Okay, I'm in for that.
Cake and murder documentaries.
Yes. Either or,
yeah.
I'm watching a really good one now. I'll be talking about it more on Reality Roundup because I'm not done.
Okay.
So I don't want to give it a full-throated endorsement until I'm done with it. Bakersfield 3.
Oh, okay.
Real good. Okay. HBO Max, which is now HBO Max again.
What are they doing over there?
Why would you drop HBO from that?
Yeah. I mean, that's the name. That's the...
Like, you have HBO, you have Cinemax. You go with Cinemax as your brand?
No, that never made sense. HBO has always been the biggest name in cable.
Yes.
So
I told you Graham told me that my grandfather invented HBO.
What? Is this like how my family could have founded 20th Century Fox if my great-great-grandfather wasn't an idiot?
No, not at all. Because there's probably some truth to that. There's no truth to this.
Oh, okay. Got it.
My grandfather was a television repairman. Oh. And when color TV came out and he was colorblind, that was a real problem.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
But Graham always says he invented Homebox. That's what she always told me. And later, as I grew up, I realized, oh, he was stealing cable, or he was like giving cable to people. He didn't invent shit.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, there may be a bit of truth to the. I don't know. This is a story that has been told to me by my family. I don't know if it is true or not, but apparently, my great-great-great-grandfather. Or great-great-grandfather. I don't know. Some grandfather that include greats in the name. was a tailor in New York City, and friends of his said, "We're going to move to Los Angeles and do this moving pictures thing." And whoever my great or great great or great 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 grandfather said, "Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing."
Again, we could have been doing this podcast from a beautiful studio.
We could have. We could have. We could just podcast once a day and live a life of luxury.
Yes.
But no, that's not the life we live.
Oh, here I am in my refinished coat closet. This was supposed to be a coat closet in Scranton.
Well, I got to say, if that was going to be your coat closet, that was going to be a big ass coat closet.
Yeah, there was going to be, this room was going to be divided in half, which is
Okay.
only 6 by 8, if
Right.
that. And half of it was going to be part of the master bedroom closet, and half of it
Okay.
was going to be a coat closet.
Got it.
And I'm in the coat closet portion right now.
Hey, your little office is perfect. I
It's
wish
all
I
need.
wish I had a little office. Like, I wish I didn't have to share with like my guest room.
Yeah, well,
It's fine, but I wish I had a little space that was just my space.
I'm eyeing up Penelope's room when she goes.
Are you?
Yes, she has the nicest room
Okay.
out of the girls.
Okay.
Because it's got 2 windows, so it's nice
Right.
and bright. I'm
Right.
not gonna like rearrange your room because Timmy's very insistent we keep their bedrooms as is until they're like 30.
Aw, that
But
of the two of you, that surprises
know.
me.
I know.
Okay.
I know. But I'm gonna move myself in there, I think, and record
Okay.
from there because it's just there's a lot of room and it'll
So
be
further
nice.
away from the front door.
Yes, further
Which
away
would be
from the
good.
kitchen, the
Yeah.
dogs, all that. All right, we've put it off long enough.
Let's
I
go.
can't stall any longer.
I don't need to stall. I'm not unhappy here. You're the one who's unhappy here.
If you missed my big announcement, guys, I hate this show now.
So does the Pope, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not loving it. It just seems like nonsense to me.
Because it is.
But a different kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. I don't know.
You don't like it because it's just rich people having problems that aren't problems.
Right. Like I don't know, cuz you said to me, and this made me think, cuz I was like, we're watching 2 episodes about this stupid and you were like, "Well, we watch stuff about Robin and Cody doing stupid shit all the time. What's the difference?"
Yeah.
But there is a difference. I just don't know what it is.
You like one and not the other. That's the difference.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like some of the stuff that the Browns deal with is real life.
Okay.
Not always. Like
Not
Mary Asian tablecloth is.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think it's the opulence that's
Yeah.
involved in
The
this.
excessive opulence that pisses you off.
Because these people have the means to make a real difference in the world. And maybe some of them do.
Right.
Like Heather, Whitney, like they could be donating to tons of causes and helping people. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
But like Jen Shaw is just,
she's
I
an
hate
asshole.
her.
I hate her too.
I
hate her too.
Oh God.
Speaking of the Browns, real quick, and we will have talked about this on Reality Roundup, but just a real quick. Did you read the Teen Vogue
Not
article
yet.
yet?
Not yet. I need to
And
read
our
it.
boy Brooks is in it.
Yeah, what did he say?
Basically,
was he like, my dad didn't come to my fashion show and ruin my life?
No. It was much more, I thought it would be really cool for my mom to be on the show, and I thought I'd show up occasionally. And then within one episode, the entire world is talking about my sexuality, and it really fucking sucked.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right.
I still think he's a pain in the ass, but
I do too.
I can have some empathy for that.
Yeah.
To being a young man and having the whole world now talk about, are you gay or not? Like,
yeah.
When you live in a culture where being gay is not always great. I mean, they're Jewish, they're fine, but like he lives in Mormontown, USA.
Right.
Like,
right.
I could see that
we
feeling
need to
very
get out there. We need to get out there and get our eyes on all of this.
Oh yeah, we absolutely can. I loved Salt Lake when I was there.
When people hear this, what day will it be? What day will it be?
It will be the 22nd.
So we're having our virtual meetup on the 25th.
Yes.
So I'll probably either today or tomorrow, when you're hearing this, be putting out the sign up. Okay. I don't want to put it out too far ahead because I'm afraid people will sign up and forget. This way, if it's like 3 days before, you're going to remember.
Yeah, but it'll also send them a calendar invite, and they can manage their own lives.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I just, I want to make sure that it's fresh in mind.
I understand. Understand. I'm not saying send it out 6 months in advance, but don't overthink.
So either it's out by now or I'm putting it out. But the virtual meetup, don't forget, is Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, or Sunday night, the 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be us.
It will. In a Zoom, not just a
Yeah,
YouTube live.
in a Zoom. So we're going to be chatting with you. And the reason we're limiting it, we hate limiting it, but we are going to limit it so that we can actually interact with you guys and not have 30 people sitting there and we
Yep,
can't say hello to everybody. So
absolutely.
we're thinking 15 people maybe, and then we'll do another one and we'll have another,
Mhm.
whatever. All I ask when you sign up, and I put this in the post, is that if you've met us already and been to a meetup in person, please let somebody else who maybe doesn't have the means to get to one of those meetups
Mhm.
sign up.
'Kay.
Not that we wouldn't love to see you again,
Right.
but everything's got to be fair.
Ah,
Fair, fair, fair.
yes, I know. Oh, I know.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
All right, let's do this. This is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. By the way, I have been abbreviating this wrong the entire time.
Oh,
I've been putting RHSLC and it's
it's
RHO
RHOSLC, yeah,
SLC. Yeah.
yeah.
Could be why our episodes just aren't being found.
I
So,
mean, when I do at least when I do the hashtag on social media, it's the O. It has the right thing.
yeah, you do it right.
Yeah,
Of
okay.
course. Yeah. So, this is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 1, episode 10, In Hot Water.
Mhm. I
So,
wanna go
we,
to this place.
oh, me too. This
This
is
looks
right
awesome.
up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I wanted to talk more to the owner of it. And
Amy,
I need to know.
it's only like $30 to go.
I know.
It's not crazy expensive at all.
No, no,
Yeah,
this was awesome.
yeah.
So we have a few opening scenes. Okay. Again, the performative stuff. What's at the Meredith? He brings her rose and he's like, I want you to think of how we're blossoming when I'm not here. I feel like this is so fake. Do you feel that way?
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
It
I don't
just
know.
feels fake. It feels like he's putting it on for the camera, like my grandma would say. He's putting it on.
He may very well be. I mean,
Mhm.
I've been on a Seth journey.
Mm.
We're in a valley right now. I'm finding him very annoying.
Yes.
And
I didn't like him.
I'm still not out of the valley from missing Brooks's fashion show.
I didn't like him from day one
I know.
when he was complaining she doesn't have sex with him.
Mhm.
I was like,
Mhm.
ugh. So Lisa's son Henry is practically trying to light her on fire with sage.
Well, we need to sage stuff up for,
Mhm,
after the
mhm.
last whatever.
Oh, and Jen is real hungover, and we learn that Sharrieff is pissed at her.
Mhm.
And she says this is the worst thing that could happen in the world to her. She goes through the world like a scared little girl, and Sharrieff is her rock, and forget it, he's not here, and she doesn't know what to do. Oh, and she's also the victim of Whitney.
Of course. Of
Mhm,
course. I don't
mhm.
think Jen ever is in a position where she's not somehow the victim.
I think, and we could talk about this more later, but I think Whitney was absolutely wrong for bringing this up at the party.
I agree.
But Jen is a grown up and can control her emotions and should have said, "Can we talk about this another time?"
Right. I'm focusing
Yeah.
on Sherry's party tonight. But no, she was drunk and Jen's an asshole.
Yeah. So Whitney and Heather meet up
Mhm.
and they're debriefing about the situation. And Whitney's kind of blaming Heather
I
for it.
know. I know.
Now, if you recall, let's reenact the scene, okay?
Oh god, okay.
The scene from the party.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So you're going to be Heather and you're going to come in and just cut to the
Okay.
chase. I'm going to be Whitney.
Okay.
Jen, so what if I told you had friends that so how do you feel that our friends are so I
Okay,
need
Jen, here's the deal. Meredith and Lisa are afraid of you.
there you go. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
She didn't say something that Whitney wasn't trying to say. She just
No,
cut through
she
it.
cut to the chase. She didn't soft pedal it or soft something, which is what
No.
Whitney was trying to do and
Yes.
failing miserably at doing.
Yes. And I think Whitney believes that
Mhm.
if she were able to deliver it in her soft pedal way,
Yeah.
that it would have gone differently. No, it wouldn't have.
No.
No,
No.
no. So Whitney says, "Look, I need your help here. I'm going to invite Jen out. I want to get to the bottom of her behavior." And
Mhm.
Heather goes, "We're not getting to the bottom of her behavior."
Heather at least understands what's really happening here.
Yeah.
This woman's
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Do you still you're still on a Heather journey,
Oh,
right? You
yeah,
still
yeah,
like
yeah,
her.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm still team Heather. I'm still team Whitney, and I understand that my heart will be broken in future seasons, and I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, I'm team Whitney and Heather too.
Yeah, yeah. I will continue
Whitney,
watching this.
I see Whitney being a shit stirrer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's part of the job.
Am I going to watch this? I probably will just to see what happens, but it's going to be Match Factory up.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Dude, when I'm watching it's Match Factory up because I'm not taking notes. It's not that deep.
You didn't hear this yet because it didn't air, but we made a big announcement on Love After Lockup.
Oh.
Becca got into a Match Factory BDF team.
Oh, thank God.
She's very happy.
Thank God. I saw someone post like 2 weeks ago that they had started a new team. And I was like, Todd, go, go, go. Because he's been trying to get into a team. He's like, nah, I'm in a new
Yeah.
team and I'm happy here. And I'm like,
Huh,
okay.
What?
I know.
Okay. All
I
right.
know.
Okay.
I told him he's missing out on the fun. I don't know what
Yeah,
fun
he's missing
out
out on the dominance. We are dominating this shit. Listen, we could be failures in every other part of our lives,
Oh,
but a
trust me,
Match
I am.
Factory, we
Match
are
Factory.
kicking ass.
We are doing it.
And we need this. We need it.
I need it so bad. I have an ultra hard level I cannot get past, and
Are you gonna be like Sean on the Bet and Polly family? Like, oh,
I won't let
past this level.
It will not go 2 weeks. It will not go past tomorrow.
You're gonna throw some money at it.
It will not go past tomorrow. I will throw $6 at it and be done.
Yeah. So now we go to Meredith and Seth again, back to cosplaying a happy marriage.
Right.
She's putting on ski goggles and he wants to fuck her in them. And she suggests that she does it with their high heels on. Now she does this shoulder shimmy. We know this.
Yes.
We've talked about it. And she's like, we're really connected now, working through the noise and we're on the same journey. I don't believe these two people at all. At all.
They just say every platitude one can say about reconciliation.
She tells Seth about the party and what happened. And I wrote Brooke Shields is not here for this. She looks so much like Brooke Shields.
She really does.
So
she really, really does.
Now
she's beautiful.
She is beautiful. Brooke Shields is beautiful.
Yeah.
So now she shoulder shimmies and says, Whitney is saying there might be some false rumors about our relationship. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. Now we go to Lisa and John, and she's telling John about the party, and the life just seems to drain from his eyes. He's like, that's another thing. Like these women, this is very similar to when we're sitting down with our daughters and they start talking about the drama around their senior week house.
Right.
Timmy's eyes just glaze over and he goes to a place
he dissociates right out of the moment.
Where I'm like, who said what? What? Like I get right into it.
Right.
But Timmy,
Timmy's just like, how long do I have to sit here and pretend like I'm paying attention?
Yeah. So, and I know all their friends and all the gossip,
Right. Yeah.
So Lisa says in Utah, girls are good at two things, breeding and dancing. Wow. This was gross. Oh, and getting married really young. And she says, it's uncomfortable that Whitney was twerking in front of Jen's husband. Did you find any of that sexual?
No, I didn't at all.
She was dressed like Sinbad.
Nothing
is hot about that.
With her cute little braids.
Yeah.
Those cute little braids sort of began. Whitney's hair is actually sort of beginning my crisis hair. And then I had an actual crisis.
Yes.
So now it's time to act on the plan.
Yes.
We're actioning the plan tomorrow.
At least you're not dyeing it platinum blonde.
No.
Because that's like stage 2 of crisis hair.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to tell the VDFs what Todd said because I told Todd, because I'll talk about it later, but I'm in the midst of a bit of a crisis. It's fine. I'll be fine. But I came into him and I said, part of my crisis is that I'm going to be cutting off all my hair. And he looks at me, he goes, okay. He goes, are you going to get bangs? I said, I already have bangs. He goes, oh, okay.
I'll be very honest with you. I've never related to Todd more.
He's like, okay, whatever you want to do, honey.
Because I have very much like Marky in Arrested Development had face blindness. I have hair blindness a lot. All right. So Jen complains to her 127th assistant / paid friend about what happened at the party and how Whitney set her up to be, crazy and blah, blah, blah. Now Mary is talking to her lifelong friend / housekeeper / squatter, Charlinda, who is helping Mary squeeze into a belt. And Mary tells the camera she's going to buy an apartment just to keep her clothes in.
Okay.
And I kind of believe this.
I would believe it too.
And this
talking about her closets, I'm like, you might need an apartment.
So this is what I'm talking about.
This is what enrages you.
We're in a housing crisis, and Mary's fucking clothes are going to be in an apartment. Stop.
Amye, we are in a housing crisis. We are in a cost of housing crisis.
Right.
Her buying an apartment for her clothes isn't going to change that in any way, shape, or form.
But
Positive,
there's so many
negatively.
unhomed, unhoused people
Yes.
who don't have a warm place to live.
Right.
Why don't you buy an apartment and rent out to low income renters or something? Do something good with your money.
Because then for her, then that means that dirty people would live in her home, and we know how she feels about dirty people.
She would
She's
freak
terrible.
out. She would freak
She's
out
a
at my
terrible
suggestion.
person.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she would be obsessed with the dirtiness of it.
She can do a low income Airbnb.
Oh God.
And she could keep her clothes in like one or two of the rooms and just keep it locked.
Amye, she won't let people visit her own homes when she's not there.
That's true.
Yeah,
okay.
no.
All right. I'm sorry. I know this side of me is super annoying. Trust me. To live with it is even more annoying than you guys having to hear it. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
If you're annoyed, imagine how annoyed she is.
Yes, I'm super annoyed. Okay, so Whitney calls and tells her about the party and how Meredith and Lisa denied ever saying that they were afraid of Jen. And Mary says, I only speak the truth.
Okay, whatever.
And then I realized in the moment, like, they're basing this entire thing off of something Mary said.
Yes.
And it's probably not true.
Probably not.
Like, Meredith probably was like, I'm not telling Jen that. Not saying I'm scared of her, just being like, I'm not getting involved.
Sure.
And Mary translated that in her Mary brain to, I'm scared of Jen.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now Heather. She is very excited about expanding Beauty Lab and Laser, and I'm happy for her. She and Dre, her business partner, are actually going to start taking a salary.
I know. That's
exciting.
That's an exciting moment in a business.
Dre encourages Heather to be the way she is in business with everyone else. So basically what Dre is saying here is, like, you are so strong in business. You're so decisive. You make up your mind. You rule this space.
Yes, she does.
And you need to be that way with Jen Shaw, with Billy, with everyone else.
Can I tell you, I actually got something out of that little pep talk.
Yes, I did too. I was like, this is a really good. So my thing is not that I'm like a boss bitch in some ways and not my trouble is, and you and I have talked about this, I can stand up for and defend all of my friends and family, but I have a very hard time doing it for myself. And Dre kind of,
yeah,
she talked to me here.
Yeah, I got a little out of this pep talk for Heather. So there's a lot about Heather that resonates with me.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, like if we started treating ourselves like we treat other people, I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Not that I have anybody I have to stand up to lately, but I'm standing up to you, Amanda.
Okay.
I'm
like 8 inches taller than you. Go ahead. Have fun.
So dinner. Oh, first she finishes that scene Heather does by saying that if Billy didn't leave her, she never would have been able to do any of this.
That is absolutely true. He would never, from what I listened to in her book, he didn't support any of her business ventures. Everything was like, oh, that's cute.
And again, we look at this guy and we're like, this guy?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't look like what he looked like when they got married.
And I'm not saying, like, he just looks tired and washed up. He does look tired. Like, he doesn't look like he has time to be fussing with suppressing a woman.
Here's the thing. I think some of it was his suppression. I think some of it was her own self-imposed
from the culture
suppression of being what being a wife and mother looks like and means.
Oh, trust me. Women are suppressing other women. We don't need men to do it for us.
Yeah, no, I think she did a bit of it to herself.
Yeah, I get that.
Subconsciously, yeah.
So, dinner with the Barlows and the Marks. The Marksises.
The Marksises.
Okay. Lisa says, guess what? We installed cameras in our home, so now we can see who wins arguments.
Great.
And Meredith's kind of like, okay.
That's weird.
And then Meredith says, I have an announcement to make. And Lisa goes, are you pregnant?
What?
And I don't know if he caught this, but Seth mumbles and says, would have had to be immaculate conception.
Stop.
Again.
It's not funny.
Again. She says, no, Seth and I are starting our new beginning. Really? We're starting our new beginning? I don't know. It just doesn't feel genuine to me. Am I wrong? Like, does it feel genuine to you?
No.
No.
Nothing on this show is genuine.
Very true. Very
So,
true.
like,
yeah.
This is no different than any of the rest of it.
So,
we're having fights about whether people smell like hospital. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Meredith says she could not have gotten through this without Lisa, and she tells the camera, it's been a long time since I could say Seth and I are reconciled.
Mm-hmm.
Jen tells the camera, or Lisa tells the camera, wait a minute here. I was real nervous about this because if it could happen to them, it could happen to me, and I need to know this is not happening to me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So they turn this to the Jen Shaw conversation, and the guys are dissociating. Again, I feel like in some ways the gender stereotypes here are right out of the 1950s. Like the women complaining about their friends and the guys just being like, I want to go golf or whatever. Like, it's just so, the only one who I feel like might get into it would be Seth, maybe.
Justin might.
Oh, I don't know if Justin would.
I don't know.
Justin is like a grandpa. He's got no time for this.
He is, but he also
in reality he's like 45.
Right. He also has a real hot wife that he really wants to keep happy.
Oh, that's true. So he might fake it. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. So, okay. Whitney and Heather invite Jen to a spa. This is amazing. Do we know the name of the place?
I found it. Hold on.
Oh, you did?
Okay. I did.
Of course you did. Because you're so good at this.
Okay.
Because we need to go there, Amanda. BDF meetup in the clawfoot tubs. I mean, how great would that be?
Okay, where? Mystic Hot Springs.
Mystic Hot Springs. Okay.
Is this what it is? Let me just make sure real quick before I say.
Are you just keeping a list over there of cool places we need to have BDF meetups? Okay.
Kind of. Yeah. Okay, let me just make sure. Connect with us. Go on Instagram. Because Instagram will show us photos of the place. Yep, this is it. Mystic Hot Springs.
Okay, cool.
Excuse me, I'm going to follow.
Yeah, we need to
on it.
We need to, once my daughters are at school, we can start actually planning BDF meetups. It's just I was thinking the other day, they graduate June 6th. I'm gonna have to clear that whole weekend to cry. I'm gonna have to clear Thursday. Okay. They graduate on Friday. So Thursday for the anxious crying.
Oh.
Friday for the actual crying. Saturday I'll be crying. By Sunday, I think I'll be okay.
Oh, God.
Because don't forget, they're also graduating on Graham's birthday.
Oh, fuck.
This is a whole thing for me.
I forgot about that part. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Is there anything? Yeah. Okay. We'll plan. Okay.
There's really nothing you can do. You just gotta let it happen.
Okay. I'm just thinking, is there anything, any way I can, I don't know, support this from the outside?
I'm gonna say this. Sometimes I surprise people. Sometimes I can be like rock solid through an event that I think I'm gonna be a mess at. So you never know. I might just be like real cool through the whole thing.
Okay, Jan. Okay. I don't see that happening, but okay.
By the way, a lot of people did pick up my Pee-wee Big Adventure.
I know. I was impressed.
I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel.
And once you reminded me, I remembered. Ooh, this place has a Mystic store.
Oh, that's cool.
You can get like...
You know who would like this? BDF Robin.
BDF Robin would like this place. Oh, on the store, though, it seems they only sell T-shirts and stickers. That's okay.
Well, they need to start selling some Mystic shit.
I know. We need like crystals and shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So they're taking her to this place. Whitney says it's perfect because it's very remote.
It is.
So Jen could find some zen and, quote, humble herself out and have a conversation with me.
Humble herself out, I don't think is something that Jen Shaw is remotely capable of doing.
Jen is like, what does the word humble mean? Sorry, my kid is texting me, did you order my sneakers? Let me just tell you, can I just tell you the amount of money that I've been dishing out lately? They need 6 graduation dresses, 3 each. that I need to buy over the next couple days.
Why do they need 3 dresses
They
for
need a
graduation?
white dress for graduation night. They want them to have a white dress.
Okay.
Then they need a dress for class night, which is
What's
like
class
June
night?
3rd. It's when they go and they get all their awards, and which
Oh,
my
okay.
kids, I
Got
don't
it.
think
Like
my kids are
okay.
getting any. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's class night, June 3rd. And then they need a dress for their graduation party.
Okay.
And I said, why don't you wear the same dress from class night to the graduation party?
And
But
you
then
would have thought you stabbed them in the face, right?
But then they said, Mom, we're invited to like 17 graduation parties this year. Let's just get the 3 dresses and we'll rotate them in.
That's a good point.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, they're going to be going to a lot of stuff over the next couple weeks.
And then my daughter, the one who I fought with over the coupon, said, can you order this for us? And casually shoots me an Amazon link. And it is a band that they put under their graduation cap to keep their hair nice. And it's $20. I'm like, no. You're going to put your cap on your fucking head like we all did. And we all survived. I can't. Okay.
Oh, girl, you're almost done.
I'm almost done. I have a feeling, though, the money bleeding will not end.
No, it will not end.
So this is a total hippie bohemian place. I love it. I would totally go here.
Yeah, it's adorable.
The tubs are old clawfoot tubs, and they're like kind of built into the side of the earth.
I'm actually sending you the screenshot from here so you can really appreciate the view that these ladies were seeing as this was happening. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, you sending it to my text?
I'm texting it to you as we speak.
Okay. Listen to me sending it to my text. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, wow.
Right? That's the view. It's
Here's
this gorgeous sunset, guys, as they're sitting in these tubs looking out over the vista.
I'm going to ruin this by asking, do you think they clean the tubs?
Yes, they clean the tubs.
Nightly.
They clean the tubs, Amy.
Between each soak.
People aren't jizzing in these tubs, okay?
Yeah, okay. All right. It's absolutely beautiful.
You'd get over it for this vista.
I think I would.
Yeah, we'll put you in some sort of suit.
Yeah. You'll
be fine.
So, you know who doesn't love this, Amanda? Jen Shaw.
Oh no, this is not Jen Shaw's jam at all.
She shows up in a fur wrap and she's going to wear her shoes in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Whitney begins to apologize. So the way that they're positioned is interesting because Heather's between them.
If I were Heather, I'd be like, I don't want to be in the middle of this.
No. Whitney's on one end, Jen's on the other end, and Whitney begins to apologize, and Heather says, actually, Jen, it's my fault. And she falls on her sword here for Whitney.
She does.
And Jen is upset that Whitney brought this up at Sharrieff's party. And I do agree.
It was not the right time.
But you need to learn how to be an adult and control yourself and say, this is not the right time.
It's not the right time. They were also on a TV show where she was told you have to do this now.
Yes. Yeah.
So, calm down.
And, just the fact that Jen is in the car with her young son and he's like, please calm down, Mom. Like, you don't want. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So Whitney says, I wanted to prove my loyalty to you. And it's upsetting that our other friends aren't as honest with you as I am. She's being a little shit stirrer.
Yeah, now we've got a problem. We could have just apologized and been done.
And Jen's like, it's blah, 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 blah. And Whitney goes, I didn't throw the glass. I didn't blow this up.
It's a good point.
Jen
Whitney
says,
didn't lose her mind. Whitney, however, was drunk as a skunk.
She was. Jen says, and you know what? Let's just go back to the incident. I think the best thing Heather could have done instead of cutting to the chase was to say, Whitney, not tonight.
Yeah.
So Jen says, I told you how much that night meant to me. And Jen she gets real worked up. And I feel like I don't know. I think there's a lot going on with Jen and Sharrieff.
Yeah. I don't think this is a happy, healthy relationship.
No. And I think she's misplacing a lot of the anger here that she has on for Sharrieff onto her friends.
Agreed.
And Whitney tells the camera, Jen projects and has been blaming others forever, and I can't continue to be a mirror for her. And Jen is screaming now.
Yes.
And Heather's trying to mediate the situation, and there's no mediating the situation. Jen is screaming that Sharrieff hasn't been home since Saturday. Now, let's talk about the screaming.
Yes.
I haven't screamed like that since I was a teenager, and I don't even know how much I did it when I was a teenager.
No, I don't scream. I
I'm not a
really don't
screamer.
scream. I don't like it. I don't like hearing people scream. I think it's a sign of a real problem. Whether it's emotional immaturity,
Yeah.
whether it is some sort of I don't know what it is, but healthy people don't scream like that at people.
I think that when I was married to my first husband, we screamed at each other a lot.
Mhm.
But again, it was like the unhealthiest
Right, you
relationship
were unhealthy.
ever.
Right,
Yes.
right. You and Timmy have a healthy relationship. You don't scream at each other like that.
No. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. So, she says Sharrieff hasn't been home since Saturday.
Where is he?
Yikes. I don't know. A
Well,
hotel?
we who was it that told us? Who was it that confirmed? Oh, it was Corey and Carly that confirmed that the Shaw Chalet is an Airbnb.
I couldn't even, not an Airbnb, but just that they were renting it.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't even believe this.
So maybe he's staying at their actual house.
Maybe. So then she splashes the camera crew and they're like, why'd you splash us?
Yeah.
And she's like, this is what you get when you fucking film me in a fucking bathtub. Like she loses her mind.
The fact that she treated the production team this way is abhorrent.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I really, really okay. I'm not hating this show like you are.
Yeah.
I hate this woman.
Yeah.
She's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a terrible person.
And that's where we end. That's it.
That's it. That's all that happens.
Yeah. Not much happens.
No. Well, not much. It's interesting. Okay. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
So before we even watched Housewives, we remember back, maybe it was a year ago at this point, Chris DeRosa on Pink Shade with Mary Payne talking about how, because it was his first foray into 90 Day. And he's like, are you kidding me? It's like 7 episodes and we're still at the dinner table.
And nothing happens.
And we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and Housewives, we would have had 3 parties and we would have done this, that, and the other thing. This, and you and I have.
And he's
now
right. Each episode we have a party or something.
There's multiple things happening every episode. We are not on the same like party for 4 episodes like we would be on 90 Day.
100%.
That said, I feel like a lot more happens on 90 Day often than has on Housewives so far.
Yeah, like let me look up, is each season Real Housewives, like is each season only 13 or 16 episodes?
That I do not know.
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episode guide. Okay, season 2 is 24. So they start, because I was going to say maybe that's because they keep it so tight, but no, they don't. No,
I think the first season, is short because they're like, is this gonna take off?
Oh, then they go to 17, 19, 19.
I think sometimes it's just depending on what story they have to tell and in how much time. I think, and I know we have a number of BDFs who are hardcore Housewives folks.
Yeah.
So let us know. But I get the sense that like Salt Lake City has a following that the other ones don't necessarily. Like people who love Salt Lake City may hate all the other ones.
Well,
and people who love all the other ones may hate Salt Lake City. And then there are those who love all of it.
I feel like Salt Lake City brought a different aspect to it.
Yes.
So like from what I've been talking to a few people who are big fans. Axel's one of them and he'll be joining us. From what I understand, like New York and New Jersey felt run out and acted after a couple of years. And here you have Salt Lake City come up.
Right.
And it has the Mormon aspect. And that's the interesting aspect.
And the level of richness, wealth, I should say, is different. I'm not saying that these women aren't wealthy. They are very wealthy.
Yeah.
And I know I got in big trouble when I said, Omaha money is not New York City money and Warren Buffett. And I know
How dare you?
I walked into a territory and I'm going to walk right back out of it because I understand just because I say that. But like $2 million in Salt Lake City is very different than $2 million in New York City in terms of how you can live.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
Just cost of living is different. I'm not saying Salt Lake City is cheap. It's not.
I was looking today, speaking of Real Housewives of Orange County, let's just go over to California.
Okay.
I belong to a Facebook group, and if you're not, I follow this page. If you're not following it, you need to. It's called Zillow Nightmares or Zillow. Oh, I love all the Zillow Gone Wilds and all that stuff. There is a house in Oakland, California that is literally burned down. Okay.
Okay.
There are 4 walls just standing,
Right.
and everything else is burned around it. It's $258,000.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like just when you get to New York and California money,
Right.
it's very different.
Okay.
Salt Lake City is probably very expensive to live in.
Okay.
But you're right. It's a different kind of wealth.
I am looking right now at, okay, let me do this real quick. I'm going to get real specific here.
Okay.
I am looking for a house in Sandy, Utah, which is a suburb, and I know it's a nicer suburb of Salt Lake. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am searching for a 3-bedroom, 2 to 3 bath house.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's one for sale for $589. That's the same as I would spend here on a house
Yeah.
of that size.
Here,
And in New York City, that's a $2 million house.
So I just brought up NerdWallet.
Okay.
And they report that the cost of living in New York, Manhattan is 107% higher than in Salt Lake City.
Okay. There you go.
So there we go.
Ooh, there's a really cool looking house here. Now it's $1.3 million.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to send this to you. I want to get your reaction to this because you are someone who likes real estate. You are like
Median
me.
home prices are $661,000 in Salt Lake City
Okay.
and $2,700,000 in New York. Yeah.
You can have the same amount of money in each city and live very different lives.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Look at this cool house.
Okay. Let me look. Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool looking?
Yeah, it is really cool.
It's got like, guys, it
looks, here's what it looks like.
Almost looks like a terrarium.
I think it's
Or
2 container homes. It looks like 2 container homes with a thing in between them,
Yes.
an atrium to connect them.
But the thing in the front has like a mirror so you can see the mountains on the other side.
Yeah, it's real cool.
It's really pretty.
It's really cool. Yeah.
$7 million. So we will not be living there.
No. Well, we can maybe chip
Or
in.
1.3, sorry. Oh, and it's pending. Someone's already put a contract on it. We weren't going to get it anyway.
Also, too, I want to say, like, our idea of housing markets and blah, 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 totally out the window since COVID happened.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah. So it's just all messed up. But
Mhm.
I think that Salt Lake City, by including the Mormon angle, really appealed to people because it kind of is culty adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And people are, even if folks don't look at Mormonism and the LDS Church as a cult, like if someone's just doesn't understand that there are people who look at it that way, just like, oh, I know it's a religion out there. It's just different enough that people are interested in it. And there's enough secret stuff to Mormonism that I think it just piques people's interest.
How cool would it be if there was like the Real Housewives of Goshen and it was like Amish people?
Real Housewives of Ephrata. They just go visit the cloisters. That's all they do.
I'd watch the shit out of that. I'm not going to lie. That I could get behind.
I absolutely could do that too. I absolutely could do that too.
Anything with the Amish. And it started when they used to bus us down there to just stare at them.
The Amish.
Just for our grade school field trips.
Welcome to growing up in Pennsylvania, friends.
Yep.
You just go get thrown on a bus, shipped out, and just stare at the Amish. But you can't take pictures of them. No.
So we have 6 more episodes. Wow, that's a lot. Let me read the description for next time.
I have not watched ahead. I've been really good about
I haven't watched ahead either.
Yeah.
No, so the only one I watched ahead was this one because we were supposed to record both last week and we didn't.
Yes.
Okay, next episode is called All Bets Are Off. Whitney hosts a dinner with her dad. Now, see, this I'm here for, though.
Yeah, this is this feels like a genuine situation.
Yeah. Like if Jen Shaw's storyline was in a heartfelt, real way, was my husband has this job where he travels a lot and I'm really lonely and I'm having trouble reconciling that.
Yes.
I'd be all into it.
Yes. But instead, she's acting like an asshole.
Yeah. And like, that's why I think we find Heather so compelling because, she's deconstructing Mormonism in front of us and we like that.
Yeah.
And Whitney's dealing with this addiction story. Like, those are real stories and they're keeping me in it at this point.
Agreed.
Yeah. Meredith and Seth, that's not real.
Nor is
and
Brooksy.
Lisa and John starting a company and putting their kids as CEO and CFO and Bad Wolf or whatever the fuck it is, Fresh Wolf. That's not real. So Whitney hosts a dinner with her dad and siblings in an effort to reunite her family. Jen sets Heather up with Sharrieff's best friend, and Jen begins to question Heather's true loyalty.
Okay.
Actually sounds good.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see. And then so we have 11, 12, and 13, and then we have a 3-part reunion, which we've talked about the guests we want for the reunion.
Yes. Yes.
So
we are good.
Let's hope we can land that plane, Amanda.
I think we can.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. I really hope that my assholery doesn't spoil it for you because, I'm glad I watched it.
Right.
I'm just not it's not like Amanda said, and you so aptly nailed it. If it does not spark joy for me, my heart's not in it. The BDFs can tell.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And my heart would not be in a season 2 of this.
No, it would not. No, not at all.
All right, Amanda, why don't you tell everyone where they can find your coaching business in case they want to get their shit straightened out like I need to.
AmandaLipnack.com. I know Amy puts the link in the show notes. Feel free to reach out if coaching is something that you might be interested in.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you coach me through the girls' graduation?
I'm going to be anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. And you can find the other podcast, the Little Miss Recap Baby podcast, Murder She Watched, anywhere you listen to podcasts. And we have a Facebook group now. It's called Couch Detectives. I'll put the link in the show notes.
And we got wonderful response for our first episode.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you. And we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.